UFC Abu Dhabi. This is the official recap video. Let's start with the prelims. Up the main card, starting off with Cody Gibson versus Abdul Hussein. Abdul Hussein got the third round submission, but not easily. Now, if I was to show anybody how this fight, how MMA should work, this was a perfect example. Watch round one. There was Muay Thai. There was boxing. There was kickboxing. There was wrestling. There was grappling. It wasn't just a lay on the other person exchange. They were fighting for positions. They were striking. Gibson wanted to quit. His coaches wouldn't let him. He got a nasty leg kick. Just as DC in the commentators were like, oh, Cody's dead. He's dead. Like, he's not fighting back. And then bang, drops Hussein with a nasty calf kick. Ultimately, Hussein got on top and was able to win by submission. I had Hussein here, and I thought he was going to win by finish. It was pretty good. It was a pretty good back and forth. But there was a few things to take away. Cody Gibson's an absolute dog. But Hussein had his hands low. He was taken down quick. He even said, I'm not trying to get taken down from this guy. And then bang, first couple seconds, taken down. All right. You can see he gets taken down. You can see that his hands are pretty low and he's kind of hittable. You know? But that's something to look forward to in the future, so we know how to break down these fighters. Next, Nurullo Aliyev versus Mike Davis. I had Mike Davis in my trick shot because I figured it was a long shot. I figured his takedown defense wasn't going to be good enough and that Aliyev was going to take him down, and Davis early could throw up some submissions. Exactly how I planned it out. Exactly how I said it was how it happened. He took him down. There was some not nasty submissions, but there were some submissions. And ultimately, it didn't matter. I took Mike Davis as the decision in the trick shot because it was a long shot. It's all for funsies. Next, Magalev Tuchelov taking on Brenson Hibero. In my official play, I had the under 1.5. I had Brenson Hibero by finish. Yes, I was the only person that picked him. I don't care. I'll pick him again. He looked great first round. He stayed on the outside, shoot up that leg, hurt Tuchelov. But what you noticed is Brenson was very hesitant. He had him hurt. He had Tuchelov hurt a few times, and he didn't do anything. And then round 3, when he was losing, because if he lost that round, he lost the decision, which he did. He rocked Tuchelov and then shot his own takedown. And what we all saw in that whole exchange during the whole fight was he was not the better wrestler. Why would you shoot a takedown? He got reversed, beat up a little bit, went to a decision. Two things could be right here. Brenson Hibero could possibly win that. No, he could possibly win. He didn't deserve to be a 550. Tuchelov didn't deserve to be a minus 900. I said in the comments to people like, Tuchelov is losing? I'm like, yeah, his style, he's not that good. Point to somewhere where he was that good. Why, he knocked out people round 1 that had no business being fighters in the first place? He's still not that good. Two things could be right. Hibero might suck. Tuchelov is not good. Moving on to our where did it go? Axel Sola. Oh, they've reversed it. Axel Sola taking on Bonfim. Bonfim wanted no parts of the striking, so he shot a takedown, lazy takedown, and you see Axel Sola elbow, 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 just cracking him till he dropped him, hurt him bad. And I was even telling my girl, I'm like, he has to get up. He's hurting him right now. Make him stand up and crack him on the feet. He started wrestling with him. And then I put my foot in my mouth. He knew what he was doing. He got the submission. But I said this in the breakdown. I said Axel Sola is well-rounded. He has one submission. He could get a submission. To make this Bullseye official, money line. He has knockout power. But he can go to a decision. And he could get submissions. Although he had one, why are we going to risk it on a safe bet? And what happened? Submission. Crazy. Crazy how that works, right? Sometimes you want to be a little spicy. Oh, knockout decision, just in case it goes long. Nope. He got a submission. Crazy. Halfway through the Bullseye. Next, Sam Patterson taking on Santiago Ponzinibbio. I sweat a little bit in this. I'm not going to lie to you. I sweat a little bit in this because Patterson got clipped. He got clipped a few times. He doesn't move his head. He relies on his length and his height a little too much because his head's very, very upright, barely moving it, no movement. It's just, when he got hit from Ponzinibbio, I'm like, you're going to tell me the minus 500 favorite? I put this in my safe bet. I took him by finish. I took him by knockout or submission because he's doing it to everybody. And every time Santiago Ponzinibbio got hit, he looked wobbly. But that's just how he started looking. I'm like, oh, I guess he's just always wobbly. But I also said that he charges his right hand. It's like telegraphed after the time. Sam Patterson was able to get his jab going, kept the range, until that jab started causing damage. And it eventually got Santiago out of there. And the ref almost ruined the bet. Almost destroyed the bet. What was he doing in there? I got to look at who the ref was. I forgot, the guy with the beard, the braided beard, like the big steroid head. He's like just staring at them. Santiago was flatlined. And he wasn't going to jump in and stop it? Are you kidding me? Moving on. Walter Walker taking on Thomas Peterson. Thomas Peterson defended the heel hook, but then he got calf sliced. I took Walter Walker as my first leg of the... Oh, no. I'm sorry. Dustin Jacoby was before this. My bad. I took Walter Walker by submission in my cycle parlay, and I also bet him round one sub as like a little fun. But I also said in the cycle parlay, like, I can see round one, but we're going to be safe about it. Plus 4 something. It's crazy. Plus 185 for submission. Have they not watched Walter Walker fight? But let's put a little tag on this. Walter Walker jumped guard. He jumped on like to his back, brought Thomas Peterson on top of him. Why would you do that? You're jumping guard. You're pulling guard. Are you kidding me right now? He's not that good. He's beating a lot of fat heavyweights that have no business in the UFC. Maybe Thomas Peterson should go do an oil change. Honestly. What should have been first before Walter Walker, because the UFC website got it all backwards. And I'm reading off of this just so I can have a little remembrance, because there was 12 fights, and Magomed Ankalaev put me to sleep on that last one. Terrible. Also, we lost Islam Dulatov. That was supposed to be an exciting fight. He got sick for whatever happened. So it was 12 fights, not 13. Dustin Jacoby taking on Muhammad Saeed. Saeed was a plus 145 dog. And I had Dustin Jacoby as my part of the cycle parlay for a knockout. He was the slower fighter. His age was showing. And Saeed was cracking him with combos until, I believe that was round 2. Round 2. Dropped him with a combo. Nasty combo. Jacoby got flatlined. It was nasty. That leg came out of hell. That was wild to watch. Good win for Saeed. And he kept that speed and that power for a while. I thought he was going to slow down. I thought Jacoby was going to take over. I was wrong. Moving up the card, I believe we're in the main card now. We have Abu Bakar Vagayev taking on Sajid Isabekmaev. Abu had a lot of good success grappling, wrestling, the clinch work, he was stronger in that clinch. And you can tell. I said that he was going to have success against wrestlers, and he did. But then, again, another fighter like Ribeiro, Sajid had moments of power. He was clipping Abu. Abu was very hittable. That leg was getting clipped with calf kicks. And what'd he do? Kept diving at the legs. Bro, situational awareness. Your takedowns are not working. This guy is stronger than you in the clinch, but you're winning in the striking exchanges. Your coaches failed you. Your fight IQ failed you. Abu by decision. He was a minus 260 and he looked like it. Next, Rizvan Kunaev taking on Tyrell Fortune. This was abuse. Rizvan got a round 3 stoppage. But that's because Tyrell Fortune, he's a dog. He got his rib beat up. Those knees up the middle from Rizvan were dynamite. The hands were dynamite. The elbows in the clinch, dynamite. Tyrell stuck in there. But ultimately, he couldn't last. For 3 rounds, I give it to him for sticking it out. Rizvan was my decision for the cycle parlay. Ow. And he won by knockout. I mean, I can't blame him. The dude, he almost won a decision, but Tyrell probably should have lost round 1 or 2. But dogged it out. Rizvan looked menacing in there, by the way. Moving up, Magomed Zainikov takes the O from Damian Rizpeki. Now, again, another situational awareness moment. Damian was outclassed, outmatched. Magomed's elbows were lethal. That man is not allowed to hit anybody with elbows without going to jail. That is true power in his elbows. Good clinch work. He was clearly the stronger fighter in the clinch. Stopping takedowns, reversing positions. Looked really good out there. Damian, he didn't show anything but grit. You know, it was a decision. Probably should have been a knockout. Oh, and the leg kicks from Zainikov, just money. The push kicks, the up kicks, just cracking Damian. Damian didn't do much. I mean, he kept trying to go to a clinch. But again, situational awareness. If you're not strong enough to take the guy down for your 20th attempt, maybe switch your game up. Now, maybe strike with the guy. Maybe anything else to see if that works. But clearly, takedowns were not. Moving up to what should have been the main event, in my opinion. Ramazan Temirov taking on Steve Erceg. I said this, and I'm glad I stuck with it. Temirov by knockout. Steve Erceg has no power coming back. His wrestling is not going to be good enough to handle somebody half his size because shorter people have that lower center of gravity kind of thing. And Steve Erceg is hittable. And he's chinny. He got dropped in his last fight. Although he stuck to it. But I had people in my comments telling me, oh, but he's going to get the wrestling going. Yada, yada, yada. Bro, he attempts 1.3 takedowns per fight. Come on. Well, he attempted a few. But Temirov's overhand right was money. Everything he hit Steve Erceg with was getting a reaction. That was amazing. Now, for the main event of the evening, I wanted to go to sleep. This is your king. People arguing with the comments, saying bad, insulting words. You're dumb. Why would you pick Bogdan? All right. Ankalaev's good? Come on. Oh, he's number 1 contender. Okay, but he's not good. Again, 2 things could be true at once. Bogdan wasn't good. Ankalaev didn't do shit. Yes, the stoppage is debatable. The ref was telling Bogdan to move fighter. he didn't look like he was really hurting Guskov. This was more fatigue than anything because it's 5 rounds. But point to a single moment where Magomed looked like the number 1 contender. You're supposed to dominate. Short notice, a man that's never been 5 rounds down in the division. You're number 1 fighting the number 9 ranked. You're supposed to dominate. But like I said, Ankalaev's not that good. What are we talking about? Now that bullshit knockout that he just got, that bullshit TKO, that's going to go on his record. People are like, oh, he's got 11 TKOs. Where? From a bullshit fight? Was it ended in round 5? That Guskov was not out of there. Like, he was taking shots. Okay. Was he taking little taps? What was he taking? He wasn't taking damage. Ultimately, Bullseye hit 2 weeks in a row. The trick shot, long shot, again. Yeah, I give you those bets. But they're not. They're more for fun. They're more like, oh, shoot, we just made thousands, hundreds off of some bullshit bet. Yes, I agree. It's a bullshit bet. But the money is the bullseye. And we're cashing out every weekend. Whether it's a little bit or a lot of bit, we're still up every weekend. Now, I went 9-3 on the card. It's not bad. 75%? It's not bad. If I just went with the crowd and said, oh yeah, Tushalov and Magomedov. Okay. I was definitely wrong about Jacoby. Whew. Like, Tushalov sucks. Ankalaev sucks. I'm not going to take that L. I said what I said. They're not that good. Jacoby's just showing his age. Or he was just outclassed. Speed. 9-3 is not bad. I went 9-3 last week. 9-3 this week. Listen, we're going to keep running it. Next week, we have a doozy. Let's see. We got Medic, Euros Medic taking on D-Rod as the main event. Like, share, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the scorecards.